learntofly.ca and learntofly.tv.
Thank you very much, Alan. It's just terrific for us to be here today. We're very excited about this initiative. When Dr. Holmes brought it to my attention, I thought that right out of the gates, that's a winner. Just a great partnership with an obvious market and real opportunity to grow. So thank you all for being here today. Your Worship, Mayor Morrison, it's good to see you. And Mayor Morrison has been a proponent of bringing post-secondary education to Caledon, so we're on our way, and we're really pleased to be able to make this announcement. There's this huge pent-up demand for pilots, but also pilots who have degrees. They're looking for real professionals. So we've just hit it, I think, at the perfect time. And I can tell you we've got people on the ground in those countries recruiting, and we'll be putting all of our efforts into recruiting into this program. I think it's just a win-win. Being a successful commercial pilot today involves much more than just flying. Pilots are expected to manage crews, operate in diverse environments, and have a global perspective. Our Global Business Management degree will give them that and allow students interested in an aviation career to go from zero experience to commercial pilot in 4 years. The program provides students with a solid foundation in international marketing, human resources management, finance and accounting, supply chain management, and cross-cultural communication skills. These are all fundamental to success in today's global economy.
Basically, what we're trying to do is provide a training environment that the candidates, the young men and women that come through the program, are ready to go right into the right seat of an aircraft. So we've broken it down into 3 phases. The first one is the Ab-Initio phase, which consists of the private pilot license, the commercial license, and then we have the multi-engine instrument rating. Then we're going to move into phase 2. And phase 2 is the advanced level training, where we're going to look at the airline's concepts. Flying in icing conditions, flying around thunderstorms, using airborne weather radar. All those advanced level training components is what we're going to look at, and we're going to really bring that level of knowledge up of those students. And the last phase is we're going to move into the actual airline training type environment. We're going to target an aircraft that we think is probably the most used in Canada, which is the Beech 1900 and its derivatives, meaning the King Air, and more pilots will fly that as their first job in Canada than any other type of aircraft. And we're going to use, put them right through a full ground school program, just like they were at an airline. And then we're going to put them in an advanced high-level flight training device, so that they're going to be fully trained up to, we said 30 hours, I think, Rob, right, in the program. They're going to get fully trained as if they were actually doing the training program at the airline, so that when they come out of this program and they're graduated, they can easily phase into their job at the new airline, hopefully. And what we're hoping, the end result of that is that when the airlines see how well trained they are in this program, they're going to want to hire these type of candidates that come from this program. And that's where we're really coming from. We're going to use, as I said, all the latest technology that we use from the major airlines, safety of flight concepts, standard operating procedures, which is a big thing at airlines. We live with that, and you'll hear from Chris Pulley, another captain at our airline. We live and die by SOPs. So we're going to take that from the very first time they get in an aircraft and build on the SOP concept as they come through. We're also going to work with things like crew resource management. You've probably heard of cockpit resource management. Many years ago, the airlines expanded that to include flight attendants, mechanics, ground personnel, and we're going to do that even here in the Brampton Flight Center, and including the dispatchers, the instructors, and the mechanics here. So they're going to have that concept right from the very beginning. The last thing is that they're going to get the integrated ATPL licensing exams written, which is a big thing. Normally what happens is pilots that go through the normal program, they have to fly and get 1,500 hours before they can write the exams. They will have those exams written when they leave this program, which is a big thing. And basically what they call it is a frozen ATPL. They get to hold those exams written, don't have to rewrite them, and when they get the hours, then they get the license.
We have a different priority now. Knowledge becomes the trump card. And we have run out, or are running out, and here is a shortage, we are running out of highly experienced pilots. So we now have to turn the tables a bit and put knowledge ahead of experience for the time being. But the time has come for that, because the cockpits, the equipment, the computer bases in the cockpits support human performance. In other words, if we train the young person to be extremely knowledgeable, have deep knowledge bases, well consolidated memory models to operate from, we can put him in the right seat or her in the right seat of the airplane and have a very safe operation, because the cockpit that surrounds them was made and designed to support human performance. Simple human factor philosophy. We teach the why before the what. And that has proven the key, the pot at the end of the rainbow. We teach the why before the what, and that in aviation has become a golden model, and we will use it here. That is, we always explain the why. We don't always need the what. We don't always need to burn our hands on a stove when we're children to understand the knowledge of what's hot and cold. In other words, we can tell them the why, teach the why, without always having to experience the pain or anger of the what. And that's how we intend to accomplish our goals of producing a very highly trained, deep knowledge-based pilot who will immediately fit into the right seat of a glass-based or computer-based airplane, and he will be a match. He or she will be a match. And the entire system will remain safe. And eventually experience will balance it all out. So things are different now. And I am amazed, and I am so proud of Brampton that they've taken this step forward.
They're looking at a doubling of the global airline fleet in 18 years. 18 years, a doubling of the fleet works out to 1,000 pilots a month just to fly airplanes that they haven't built yet, that they may have sold, but 1,000 pilots a month. A 737 MAX 9, I just saw it, list price, $102 million. Nobody is going to throw the keys to a 250-hour pilot in a $100 million airplane. It's not going to happen. But they are going to have to get the experience that Captain Pomeroy touched upon, and they're going to have the skill set to make that work. And one of the most important things to do that is education.
I'd like to congratulate Brampton and Sheridan College on partnering in the development of a new joint pilot business degree program to better prepare the next generation of professional pilots for the Canadian airline industry. The future is today. A program like this is addressing that with the skills and knowledge that we need. Congratulations, Brampton and Sheridan.
Aviation is going to be growing in leaps and bounds over the next 20 years, and I think that maybe Caledon could be part of that. So the light bulb's gone off, folks, which is a good thing. And I have two counselors here who know the light bulb's gone off, so I'm sure they'll be in my office going, wow, it's about time. But I do want to, for all of you who are not from Caledon, I do want to welcome you to Caledon. And I want to tell you that it is, has been proclaimed on statistical analysis, which I think is important, the safest municipality in Canada 4 years in a row. We actually are very proud of being the greenest town in Ontario. And we're very proud now to have Sheridan College as a partner with a major business within the town of Caledon. And as I said, I would like to see that even grow further. Thank you very much for having us. We congratulate all of the partners who have made this happen. I see this as a really wonderful step forward in the future, so thank you.
It's great to be here. Julie, congratulations. I know from personal experience and a lot of discussions over the dinner table that you, Alan, your board were working for a very long time on this project, and it is great news for Caledon, great news for BFC. It's a wonderful partnership. I often talk about the value of partnerships and the value of how we are able to leverage our communications and our skills in our community, and this is yet another example, so well done.
So thank you to all our speakers. I guess we'll move on now to the actual signing of the agreement.